Now, a group of British MPs have appealed to Prime Minister Theresa May to block the extradition of an alleged hacker to the US. They highlighted a similar case when she, as Home Secretary, saved another hacker from US prison time.
A young man with Asperger's syndrome awaits extradition to the United States facing charges of computer hacking and is then likely to kill himself. It sounds familiar. He's not, of course, Gary McKinnon, who was saved by the Prime Minister, but Larry Love, who faces, in effect, a death sentence.
This is now a matter for the courts. There are certain parameters that the courts look at in terms of the extradition decision, and that is then passed to the Home Secretary. But it is for the courts to determine the human rights aspects of any case that comes forward.
While contrasting the two, Larry Love allegedly hacked US Army software. Gary McKinnon did that to nearly 100 US military and NASA computers. If found guilty, Love could be facing a sentence of almost a century in prison, some 40 years more than what McKinnon faced in 2012. Both have been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome and depression, and both are said to be high suicide risks.
After careful consideration of all of the relevant material, I have concluded that Mr McKinnon's extradition would give rise to such a high risk of him ending his life that a decision to extradite would be incompatible with Mr McKinnon's human rights. I have therefore withdrawn the extradition order against Mr McKinnon.
Well, RT UK spoke with Naomi Colvin, who's a campaigner for the Courage Foundation, which helps activists facing prosecution. She says Larry is prepared to face trial, but in his home country.
Even though the extradition ruling on the 16th of September didn't go Larry's way, the judge did concede that the medical evidence was accurate and that Larry does present a real risk of suicide. I don't think anyone is saying that Larry should escape any accountability for what he is alleged to have done, and I think in some ways Larry would quite like to answer the allegations that have been put to him. I think he said that he's happy to face trial in this country.
OK, we want to update you on some breaking news coming into us here at RT International. A bus station in Western Aleppo has come under attack from the rebels, reportedly killing 2 girls. 7 more children are said to be injured. An RT crew is there, as we were talking about throughout the hour here. They're on the ground there. We do expect more on this soon. Do stay with us. As and when we get it, we'll bring it to you. OK, more news after the break here on RT International.